Que pasa, amigos? My name is Eric. This is the Road to Freedom. Thanks for joining me. All right, so we've gone over a lot of stuff. Again, if this is your first time watching this channel, I encourage you to start from the beginning. The reason why is because we're going up in difficulty. Each video is trying to build on the last. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of jargon that I've covered in the past, and you might want to learn that. For those of you who've been with me, I really appreciate it. I hope you're getting something from this. So last video we talked about our chronic emotions, and then we focused on the positive polarity and the negative polarity, right? We got rid of the idea that there's a negative and positive emotion in the sense that it's inherently good or bad, right? And we started wrapping our mind around maybe there's no such thing as a positive or negative emotion in the sense of value, right? Or let's say moral value, if you will, but that you can use all your emotions in going throughout life, right? And I argue that once you learn how to accept and do and use, life becomes a fuck a lot easier, right? What we're going to do today is we're going to do a quick exercise. Our quick exercise is we're going to start with the positive. We're going to go to our negative polarity, then we're going to go back to our positive, because we always want to come here when we're trying to learn, okay? So let's start with that. We'll do our quick warm-up. So let's go to our positive. Again, you should know your chronic emotion. If not, go watch that video. Okay, yeah, that skydiving memory. It gets me going, man. All right, so next, let's go to the negative polarity. Okay, next, we're going to go back to the positive. Okay, cool. So that's going to get easier with time, okay? And as you learn how to move yourself along the spectrum, or you learn more about these posts, if you will, these landing pads, and the emotional spectrum, it's going to be way fucking easier, okay? And actually, we're going to talk about a middle ground, because it may be hard for me to go to positive to a negative back to positive, right? I had to use a neutral ground right there. That way I can get from here to over there, right? So we had spoken about a couple of ideas of emotions that may be in the positive polarity, some that may be in the negative polarity, right? Now, in between positive and negative, there's neutral. So let's talk about that. Look, you may find that there's other emotions there, okay? This is not an exhaustive list. Here's what I found. I found that calmness is an emotion that's there, right? When you're calm, your emotions are de-intensified. You're not necessarily serene as in radiating joy from your heart, but you're more just like still, right? Another one is boredom, right? Maybe you know something, right? But it ultimately what a neutral emotion is something that doesn't really pull you in one direction. Like, for example, I told you once again, I'm excitement, right? I'm joy. Whenever I go to my positive, I fucking dance, man. I dance barefoot. Like, I'll put it in. I don't care. I'll write poetry. I'll freestyle. Pop Fizzle Fits came from somewhere, all right? And then on my negative side, right, negative polarity, I'll go hit the bag, right? That's when I go hit the gym. I call it going dark, right? That's when I'm in my state of rage, and I exercise that shit. So these things are causing me, excuse me, I'm spitting everywhere, getting so excited. It's causing me to do something, right? It's making me want to do something. The neutral, not so much. That's good. The reason why is because it's really fucking taxing to stay over here, right? It's really taxing. You all know. If you've ever been depressed for a long period of time, or if you've ever been too happy, right? When I got my last job offer, I was so worried, man. It was like 4 or 5 days I could not come down from cloud 9. That was scary, right? Because then I couldn't make any decisions. So I was just too up, right? So this neutral ground, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the three degrees, right? Exercise. We're gonna need our pen and a piece of paper. We're gonna start finding out which one kind of aligns with us, and then we're gonna talk about how we can get there, right? So let's do the 3 degrees exercise. Y'all remember this from last video. Once again, can you tell me about a time when a stranger was calm or bored and was able to do something good with that? Let's define that. Good, once again, is being useful for them or the people that around them, who they cared for, maybe. So, can you tell me about a time when, or can you think of a time when a stranger was calm or bored and was able to do something good with it? Great. Now tell me about another time. And the last one. Perfect. Now, we're going to move towards someone we know, right? Can you think of a time whenever someone was bored or calm and they're able to do something good with it? And a second time. And a third time. Beautiful. Now we're moving on to ourselves. Can you tell me about it? Can you think of a time whenever you're calm or bored and you were able to do something good with it? And a second time? And a third time. Perfect. So the idea is we want to be able to conceptualize that whenever we use a neutral emotion, right, that we can actually do something good with it, right? We want to get rid of these old schemas, these old ideas that only specific emotions are good, right, or useful, right? Because this is immaturity. This is emotional immaturity. Cool. Now, with your pen and piece of paper, once again, we're going to ask ourselves, and we want to use our subconscious to start out. That's the reason why I keep on snapping, right? We want to use our subconscious to start out. What is something that whenever you see, smell, hear, taste, or touch, it causes you to either be bored or calm? Go and write that down. If something doesn't come up, what's the music that whenever you listen to it, it causes you to be calm or bored? Go ahead and write that down. Again, music, sound, right? Music and sound. It's such a hijack to the emotions. That's the reason why it moves us so much, right? There's just something about it. So if you don't know what to do now, just start with that and then you'll work forward. All right, next, since we're going to be using our positive and negative polarities and our calm, now we're going to start fucking with this because we're a little bit more safe. See you soon.